And this is, in my opinion, some low-hanging fruit that you can take care of, even though not everybody's going to be happy about it or on board with it. But before we talk about sterilization, I wanted to show you these two workflows because they are a bit different when moving from high-level disinfection to sterilization. And if you look in the endoscope manufacturer's IFUs, normally at the beginning of that reprocessing manual, it has a workflow. So it tells you what steps you still have to do, to get to high-level disinfection, and then what steps you have to do for sterilization. So normally those IFUs don't say you disinfect and then sterilize. You do the beginning part of the process. So you do your point of use treatment, leak testing, manual cleaning, rinsing. Then you're going to do your cleaning verification test and your external inspection with lighted magnification. You may be using a borescope at this point. You may not be. But then you stop there. Moving on to sterilization, then at the bottom, we see now we have to dry that endoscope completely before we package that in whatever kind of sterilization packaging that we're going to do. We move to sterilizing that. It might be a low temperature sterilization process, like vaporized hydrogen peroxide. It might be ETO if you still have that. It might be a newer type that has FDA clearance now. Sterilize that, and then you have storage. And what's great about moving to sterilization is you have a wrapped storable item that can stay flat in its wrap per your healthcare facility policy on sterilized items. So whatever you have for everything else is what you can do with these sterilized endoscopes. And then we go back to reuse from there. So we see clearly by the IFUs, it does not high-level disinfection is not included as part of the sterilization process. You're really subjecting that scope to a lot of chemicals and will get damage potentially much earlier than you would by just doing one system or the other. Okay, so we know sterilization has a higher margin of safety built into it, but it is difficult, especially with certain types of scopes, to achieve sterilization. Example is your GI endoscopes, your regular gastroscopes and colonoscopes. There's not a lot of methods available for sterilizing them. But as a group, we felt, as Garland said earlier, that we do need to move to sterilization over the next few years because there is this higher risk associated with endoscopes and high-level disinfection.